and a good morning. Hope everyone is well. Familiar sight for the folks, Belt Parkway, New York City. Hope everyone is well. Cousin Paulie, hopefully you make it back, buddy. You're doing all right. For those of you who's watching the replay, thank you. So there's a lot to go and watch a replay. It's one thing to come catch this live, but to go and actually watch it on a replay, that actually really says a lot. Let me get the air conditioner going up front. That way we don't overheat the camera. We don't want that to happen. But again, hope everyone's well. It's Friday, TGIF. Long week. Tired. You know? Ready for the weekend. Definitely ready for the weekend. It is Friday, November 3rd. Friday, November 3rd, about 11:15 in the morning. 11:15 a.m. On the Belt Parkway. Was in Howard Beach, Queens. And we're heading west towards Brooklyn. And right here is where we transition into Brooklyn. So Howard Beach being basically, you know, on the South Shore, your first town into Queens. And as soon as you cross this creek right here, which is actually known as the Jimi Hendrix Creek, put you into Brooklyn. Coming up on the right here, like I mentioned yesterday, Staten City. Also known now as Spring Creek. And we're going to Elizabeth, which Elizabeth, New Jersey is just over the Goethals Bridge. Carmel, how are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining. Taking another very familiar ride. El Toro, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, El Toro. We're heading to Elizabeth. This should be a quick one. Right over the bridge into Jersey. It's usually when I make my stop at 7-Eleven. Which I'll probably do again today. Craving some nice 7-Eleven coffee at the moment. Really am. The animals are all out on the road. I'm just not in the mood. I'm just not. They're out. The animals are out. It's a sunny Friday. You got people doing 30 miles per hour in the left lane. You got people doing 130 miles per hour in the right lane. I am just not in the mood. I am tired. I want to go to my warehouse, get the shit that I need to get, go to my customer, which my customer that I have to get to actually is on Long Island. So I'm going to be doing a big circle today. If you catch me on Theme Do Show, if I'm on later, I'm going to be on Long Island at that point. I have to go west into Jersey to go grab some stuff and then head back to a customer on the island. I actually have to make my way out to the Hamptons, but that's not going to happen today. That's probably going to be early next week. I think today we'll just do the quick go to Elizabeth, then go over to basically the Mineola area, central Nassau County. And then maybe Monday or Tuesday will be the trip out to the Hamptons. Although for video purposes, there's not much to see out in the Hamptons. I know it sounds like an allure, but really not much going on. Again, this is the Belt Parkway. We're heading west. I've had enough of this week. I really have. Tired, I'm grumpy. I'm starting to get a little hungry. We're letting the animals on the road do what they got to do. And I hope you all enjoy the ride. Let me get a temperature check for you guys. I'm freezing right now just because of the air conditioner on. I'm afraid this phone is going to overheat. Let me take it down a notch with this air conditioner. Throw it on my feet. My toes don't get too cold. Now let's see. Currently in this great city of New York, it is 51 degrees. 51 degrees and sunny. I think we're supposed to have a little bit of a warm up over the weekend. I mean, as much of a warm-up as you can have in November. I.e., I think Saturday we're going to go to a high of 60. Sunday we're going to go a high of 62. So, you can't ask for much more in November. But right now, today, Friday, the 3rd, we're at 51 degrees, sunny, going to a high of 58. So that's the difference between, the Northeast and, say, Florida right now. Because I know right now Florida has some pretty cool mornings. But at least then, the sun starts to do something. Here, it's going to be bright, sunny, beautiful all day, but it's not going to go above 60 degrees. It sucks. What are you going to do? Really hope we don't hit much traffic here. I see a slowdown coming up. Here we go. This is where you really need to manage your stress levels here, because it's the middle of the day. There should be no traffic here right now. It's after the morning rush hour. We're not to the afternoon school rush hour yet. What are we doing here? Oh, the glory. Man, I hope everyone's well. Thank you for coming in. El Toro, Cuz, Carmel, all the usual suspects. Passing by Marine Park, Brooklyn right now, which is my neighborhood, the one I actually know. Where if I was still, actually there, I'd be able to give you a little bit more of a tour of the area as opposed to Howard Beach, since I'm still pretty much a newbie to Howard Beach. But you can see this is the distance between where I'm from and Howard Beach. And what's funny is that these are the two entry points down to Rockaway Beach. You'd have to probably look at a map, but if you saw the map, you see where Rockaway Beach is. You see there's two arteries that go down to Rockaway Beach. One is Cross Bay Boulevard and one is Flatbush Avenue. Cross Bay Boulevard's in behind us, east of us in Howard Beach. Flatbush Avenue is right in front of us. If you go north or right here, you go up into Marine Park. I don't know if you can see the signs in front of us, but the signs will tell you. Flatbush Avenue north goes up into Marine Park and over the Manhattan Bridge. Flatbush Avenue south, if you go left here, takes you over into Rockaway Beach. So Flatbush Avenue is pretty cool because Flatbush Avenue literally will take you, north to south, straight through the middle of Brooklyn. Look at this construction up ahead. Wonderful. Dean, dude, get your people off the road, will you? All the way from its southern point here, Flatbush Avenue is the beach, and its northern point takes you over the Manhattan Bridge into Manhattan. Behind us, Cross Bay Boulevard, the southernmost point is Rockaway Beach. To the north, it pretty much takes you all the way up to the Queens Center Mall, Long Island Expressway, and all those different arteries up there. Carmelo Falco, how you doing, Carmelo? We're going back to the hood. We're going to Elizabeth. Maybe go to the 7-Eleven, grab a little coffee. But you know the route, Carmelo. Dealing with a little midday traffic here from Thien friends on the side here. They're doing something. Every day they find something to do. Tell you, if I did all the, if I was, PMing all this crap, a lot of the construction work I did, I've done union and non-union work. All these guys that you see on these highways, they're all union workers. So they have set wages, they have set break times, they have set how many people need to be on the site, how much work they're allowed to do, how many breaks they get, as opposed to private entrepreneurship, where you pretty much just get the job done. You get it done for the most cost efficient way possible. But here they just they need to keep themselves employed, if that makes sense. So as they piecemeal, they do a little here, a little there. Cousin Paulie, how you doing? El Toro, yep, right by Pennsylvania Avenue is where we were. We just passed that though. Joe Delamora, how you doing, buddy? Hope you are doing well, Joe Delamora. So yeah, now we're past that little construction. We're heading into the Sheepshead Bay area now. Sheepshead Bay, Coney Island. It's where the visuals get a little better. Straight in front of us is Kingsborough Community College. Out there on the water, Manhattan Beach, where Tommy Stiggs comes to the beach in Brooklyn. This is a speed trap. They love hanging out here. Not only the highway patrol, but the state troopers too. They love it over here. I absolutely love it. Get this air conditioner going. I see Edwin's on in a half hour. Perfect. So I thought the timing would work out good. I see Edwin's got a show going at 11:55. My ETA is basically right around 12 noon. So perfect. Do a good old transition from Skip here to Edwin. That's why I can't have road rage and start cursing at people. How am I going to then, how are you going to go from that to the nice peaceful confines of Edwin's chat? Kings Bay on the right here, arms distance. Arms distance knows all about Kings Bay roller hockey, Kings Bay Little League, right here on the right. This is now Sheepshead Bay, so it's right to the left. You have the bay, you have the water, Emmons Road, Randazzo's, the place I mentioned yesterday when I was on with Fiendu, and said there was a Randazzo's in Jersey that I came across. The original Randazzo's right here on the left-hand side. Lundy's, a Pips Comedy Club, the comedy club that Vinny Bracco always mentions. Pips Comedy Club is right here on the left. Pips Comedy Club was owned after Vinny was doing his thing there, after he was performing later. It was owned by a very good friend of my family. Two brothers, actually. One of the brothers passed away. So, I think my sister had her, I think her 8th or 9th birthday in Pips Comedy Club. Middle of the day, they closed it down for us. No alcohol, obviously, whatever. But I think my parents got a clown or something. A kid's comedian, and had all her friends there in Pips Comedy Club. I have the pictures in Pips. A couple of nights, I did a little bar backing back, a little help in the back. I was young though. I was real young when they owned it. I'm 7 years older than my sister, so I was teenager age. El Toro, you're making me hungry here with the Rollin' Roaster. I was thinking I haven't had Rollin' Roaster or Brennan and Carr in a long time. And I think I'm getting the craving for it. With food, it's weird. Like, I get these cravings for food, and I go after that food for like a week straight, and then I kind of move like with tacos. I've been craving taco. I go taco heavy, and I get these different, I got to find this food. And I've been getting a little itch for some roast beef, El Toro. Been getting itch for roast beef, but I'm not gonna lie. I like the dip of the Brennan and Carr. I like when Brennan and Carr takes and dips the whole friggin' sandwich in. I love Rollin' Roaster. I mean, it's just classic. I got to get around this guy in the left lane, otherwise he's gonna start to make me angry. We got to start to make moves here. See, now this guy moves over to the center lane, but now he don't want to go nowhere. Uber drivers, look at them, both Uber drivers, both of them. Look at them. All right, and now we're in a mess here. Unless this guy goes. We gotta go. We gotta drive here. We're barely doing the speed limit. But yeah, El Toro. I gotta get some roast beef. Maybe even a John's Deli type. All right, let's go, guys. Come on. Let's push it along here. Let's move it along here, buddy. Getting a little impatient. I only get impatient when people just hang out in the left lane. You go as slow as you want in the right lane. I mean, for certain, I guess the center lane also, but right now you're in the left lane, you're jamming on your brakes, there's no one in front of you. Buddy, there's no one in front of you. You want to see, guys? You think I'm lying? Look. There's no one in front of him. See? No one in front of him. That's what I'm talking about. Just keep right. Just keep right. And Krumel, yes, I did see, yes, the autumn colors have finally made their way down to the city. Finally getting the changing of the leaves and the Hoosier-McCallets and which, as Steen do would say, the ooh-ee-ah, all that with the fall. El Toro, it's funny because I know everything is just outrageous these days. It really, really is. But it was funny because me and a couple of my friends were talking about this the other day, and that I really, me and the girlfriend, we do our thing, obviously, a whole different story. But in terms of like going out and having a drink, quote unquote, El Toro, we're pretty lucky because me and a group of other people, we really only do it 2 nights a week, and we do it to go to darts. We play darts. I mention darts all the time because that's really, in terms of going out, partying, night on the town, like that. It's kind of friends that we all grew up together, that we all just happen to be really good dart shooters, and it forces us to hang out with each other twice a week, as opposed to being like, I've known you my whole life, go scratch, I'll see you when I see you type of deal. So where I'm going with this is we were actually having the conversation that we're very lucky because, we're consistently going to this group of about, between the two leagues, call it 10 bars and pubs that participate in this darts league. So they all know us, and on Mondays and Wednesdays they all do dart night specials. So for the beer drinkers, they do buckets of beer. I don't know what the price is, but whatever, they do buckets of beer so that they don't get killed on the beer. Me, as you guys know, I'm a tequila drinker, so they give me a nice heavy pour, and they don't knock me over the head with it. I think, for Patron, Casamigos, the big time tequila people, for a full glass, like a triple shot on the rocks, they usually get me for like $12. $12 to $14 is usually what they'll get me for, which, again, they really, they take care of us. And then on top of that, at every darts match, they put out pizza. So there's always pizza to eat. They always put out food, so they're always feeding us. They give us the dart night specials with the food also. Like if you want to order something other than pizza, wings, this and that. And they do buckets of beer. I mean, it only makes sense to them. Why are there 2 helicopters flying over the Verrazano Bridge? It's very strange. 2 helicopters just hovering over the bridge. Very weird. So anyway, this is Verrazano Narrows Bridge right in front of us, the bridge that's going to take us over into Staten Island. You have Fort Hamilton to the right, an active Army base with a VA, the VA medical hospital, also to the right. Assassino, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, no, Assassino, I go straight. I keep it straight. Like I said, I'm not much of a drinker. Beer doesn't do it for me. Tequila is the only alcohol that's not fermented. It's taken from the agave plant. It's a different process. So it's tequila. If it on its own hits your body differently than any other alcohol on the planet, basically. But once you start mixing it with juice and sugar, obviously you're changing the components of the drink. So margaritas, yeah, during the summertime, backyard barbecue, yeah, I'll stick to the margaritas. When I'm out or kind of want to keep it more simple, I'll go straight on the rocks, either a Patron, a Casamigos, or a Terramana. Before Clooney and The Rock came out with their Casamigos and Terramana, you really only had, some 1942, which is expensive, and Patron, silver. But now, all the bars basically have them, and they don't, at least we're, to that point, we're lucky in that we have a bunch of these neighborhood bars still. They're very pub-esque. They have a Irish pub feel to them. Some of them in Bay Ridge. Most of them are in Bay Ridge. Some of them are in Howard Beach. Some of them are in Rockaway, Bell Harbor, Far Rockaway. But it's cool. It's cool in that we can kind of do that. And, wow, that guy almost just slammed right into that barrier for no reason. Both levels go to the same place. Roscoe, how you doing, man? I hope I didn't miss anyone else coming in here. Assassino. God, tongue twisted. Yes, it's because of the makeup of it. If you look up, it's not fermented. Every other, beer, the hops, it's fermented. They're all alcohol is considered a substance all substances are either stimulants or depressants. Alcohol is a depressant. It hits your body a certain way. Tequila is not. Tequila is actually a stimulant. So yeah, there's a lot. It's and if you drink water prior to, have a full stomach, and then while you're drinking the tequila, drink water with it. Drink water, and obviously I know it's the same thing for regular alcohol. You got to drink water, but if you do that with the tequila, you will be fine. You really will. Again, this is all coming from I'm not a big drinker, but I have discovered tequila and I have discovered the the benefits to it. And Roscoe, you would love the bars that we play at. You would love, because they're all that close, tight knit. Everyone knows each other. Pubs. They are Irish pubs, except for one place that's even really cool. I don't know if you Brooklyn folks know about this place, your locals. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Swedish Football Club. So this place is really cool. It's a club, it's a social club, a soccer club, a football club for the Swedish national team, Sweden. And it's right on 65th Street, across the street from the Dust Bowl. And you could walk right past it. There's a mechanic on one side, a mechanic on the other side, and then just a door. Just a door. Very cool. 2 floors, old house, been there since like the 1960s. Exactly what you would imagine, like a little old school social club on 65th Street and across from the Dust Bowl looking like. But right now it's a legitimate members only club. All the members pay their dues. Oh, Carmella. Yeah, good luck, Carmella. Sorry about that. You don't want to miss anything there. Yeah, that place has even cooler vibe, because then inside they have all like the old Swedish, football memorabilia and the flags and this and that. Very, very cool. But Rockaway Beach has an extremely heavy Irish population. It always has. All those bars and pubs down there. I was talking to someone from way out east on Long Island, and he would always go to Long Beach. And he said finally one day, him and his wife just went to Rockaway. Because Far Rockaway kind of has like a little bit of a rough reputation. It's Queens. Some people think it's the hood. But it is what it is. It's New York City. It's Queens. Whatever. It's New York City beachfront property. You have bars and pubs on the beach in New York City. It's amazing. It really is. Cousin Paulie, my man. How you doing, buddy? This guy's killing me. Do you see this guy in front of me right here? He's killing me. I don't know what he's doing. That's a Fed to the right. I don't like that. The guy's got U.S. government plates on that stupid friggin' expedition right here on the right. All tinted out with all his antennas and shit. He's in the right borough. Why is he on my ass? Get away. Yeah. I don't like this guy. I don't like him on my hip. I hate when people drive on my hip. You know what I mean, drivers? Either pass me or stay clear of me so that I can see you in my friggin' mirror. Don't sit on my hip. Why you gotta sit in my blind spot? I don't understand why. Roscoe, you would love it. You would absolutely love it down here in Rockaway Beach, Queens. You would love it, because that's where Rockaway. It's a stronghold. It's a stronghold. And I bet even in Philadelphia, like even if you ask Cousin Paulie or Assassino, I bet there's still little Italian enclaves in Philadelphia with the classic Irish pubs. But we have them here in New York. We definitely have. We have them still in neighborhoods that are not even Irish, like in Bay Ridge. Bay Ridge, you can call Bay Ridge right now Beirut. That's what it was starting to be. People were calling Bay Ridge. Oh, you mean Beirut? Yeah, Beirut, Bay Ridge. Yeah, same thing. That's Bay Ridge right now. But meanwhile, you have, what, 3 avenues, 3rd Avenue, 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue, stretches of maybe a mile long just filled with bars, pubs, Italian restaurants, all different types of restaurants, pizzerias, this and that. Bay Ridge, in terms of the businesses and the commerce side of it, has held as really a spot where people will go to go out. People from other parts of Brooklyn will go to Bay Ridge to go to a bar. They'll go there to eat. People from Staten Island will come over from Staten Island and go to Bay Ridge to go to the bar or go out. It's held that. Although the neighborhood, the residents of the neighborhood, it's completely different. Again, not everyone. I personally know 15, 20 people from Bay Ridge that are still there. Myself. I don't want to miss these comments here. That's cool, Roscoe. Yeah, I can't say I know much about the whole football world in general. You know, I appreciate it as someone here that has, I've been an athlete my whole life in competition, baseball, basketball, roller hockey, all your major American sports, call it. And even now still with the softball, the beer league softball, and the darts and the competition and the da. Look at this. Getting text messages from folks that should be in my chat right now. Unbelievable. Oh, they're going to get a tongue lashing. Krumel, yeah, I think so. You could probably Google it real quick right now. Yeah. As far as I remember, yeah, just one door with blue stairs. Yeah, it's in Brooklyn. It's on 65th Street. But they have multiple dart teams and dart tournaments out of there. That's kind of their big thing now, Krumel, is darts. Where that neighborhood specifically, because that's just outside Bay Ridge, 65th Street, that's more getting into El Toro, help me out here. 65th and the Dust Bowl. What is that technically there? Is that technically Dyke Heights? Not sure, but that's the only one that's kind of outside Bay Ridge. It's kind of out in its own separate little area. But the most coolest place, I mean, really and especially, Krumel, with us in this genre, we know the history of that stuff. We know, what it meant to have a club, a members only club on 65th Street that's been there since like the 60s or the 50s. Obviously, it's been there through some stuff, and obviously, the authorities checked it out and whatever, but it's just that whole history behind it, like that of an original, a social club, a soccer club right there in that neighborhood. Very cool, very, very, very cool feeling. Although, but when I was talking to the guy so no one owns it. Everyone pays their dues. It's all split up. And he was saying, I think they have like two members that are Swedish, so they just, they keep the name, the Swedish club, they keep the tradition of the Swedish football team, but now it's just a neighborhood, a hangout. Cousin Paulie, I feel like that's all I drive. Well, now I'm in Jersey, cause I'm in Jersey. I'm crossing the Goethals Bridge. Yesterday we went over the outer bridge, but today we're going over the Goethals Bridge. So we're in Jersey. We're getting close. I know, cause it was funny yesterday because my girlfriend, she's like, you have to go anywhere tomorrow? Because I do usually take I need a full 2 days out of the week to sit in front of my laptop and do office work. I have to, otherwise, because I can't do emails while I'm driving. I can't do all this stuff while I'm driving. So I need a full day. I know I have about 30 emails that I flagged, that I marked important, that I need to get back to, and I need to like work on those. I need to order samples. I need to order displays. The shit I need to do. So a lot of times, like, I'll try to maybe do that on a Friday, maybe do that on like a Monday, do that on a Friday, do most of my driving in the middle of the week. And she's like, you know, do you have to go anywhere tomorrow? And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, I really, like, I do. Like, I really don't want to, but I'm going to be disciplined and I'm going to go to Jersey. I need to get the stuff. I need to get stuff for 2 people on Long Island. One's a close trip to Long Island and one's a far trip to the Hamptons. I'll grab the stuff for both of them. I'll do the close trip. You'll probably see me on Theme Do after that. And then Monday, I'll go to the friggin' Hamptons, I guess. Or Tuesday, I don't know. Krumel, that's really cool. I mean, it's if you remember correctly, do you remember directly across the street, was there a wide open field, like a playing field, a soccer field, a football field, or a baseball field? Well, you know, which, you know, it stands out in Brooklyn. Obviously, that part of Brooklyn is very congested, but across the street would have been what we locals call the Dust Bowl, because it's just, you know, it's a field, but it's just a bunch of dirt that they never really maintained. So obviously in the wind and the elements, it would just kick up all this dust and just be a friggin' dust bowl over there. And then you also have Parkville Little League that's not too far. But yeah, no, that's it's been there for a very long time. It looks like a house, I believe a white house, you know, it has the colors, the blue, the yeah, very, very good chance you could have been there. Right across from the Dust Bowl. Hey, little shit stirrer, how you doing? Thank you for joining, little shit stirrer. I'm in Jersey. I'm in the land of Carmela and Tommy Stiggs, Ralph Mucci, Anthony ALV, TT Rad. This light's brutal. What the hell happened to this? Yeah, shucks can go through it, right? All right. At least I never get caught at this light twice. This is yucky. All righty. Okay, Krumel. Yeah, no, I understand. Roscoe, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been doing a lot of Jersey lately. I've been, you know, just my new kind of territory. I have to put it into the mix a lot. But this area is a big area. I mean, you asked Beandu. You know, it's truly a tri-state area. It's truly a metropolitan area. I alluded to it a little bit on Theme Do Show, how like even the neighborhoods have changed. You know, Bensonhurst has changed. This neighborhood has changed. You know, a bulk of the people that moved out of neighborhoods, they didn't go very far. You know, yeah, you had people that went to Pennsylvania. You had people that went to North Carolina. It was a big move back in the day. But a lot of them just went to Staten Island, or they went to Long Island, or, you know, they came here to Jersey, or so it's a big area. It really isn't. There's so much here. There's so much more than just Manhattan. There's so much more. Everyone thinks of the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty. You know, that's, again, because that's the safest bet if you're a tourist and you don't know the area. Then yeah, you just go to the city center. You know, you find a hotel in Times Square and you go from there. You walk around. You go north. You go south. You go east. You go west. But if you want a true New York experience, if you really want to see the whole area, that's what I try to do with this channel. I try to give you these areas where it's like, you're never going to see it if if you just come as a tourist. Then you take a tour, you do whatever, you do one of the sightseeing things, whatever. You're probably not going to just start driving around. People, when they think of coming to New York, they don't think, oh, well, I could just drive around. You could, if you stick to the areas that I stick to. You could just pop into Manhattan, pop right out, and say, all right, let me just do the boroughs. And you could just drive around Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, do it middle of the day like I do it. But it's just so big, so many different areas. And, you know, again, I always harp on the whole neighborhoods change. My neighborhood hasn't changed much. My block is the same block that I grew up with. It's the same friggin' neighbors. Besides the one that just passed away, but then one of them passed away recently. His wife is still there. But then even the movements, and there's so much here. There really is so much here. So many nice areas too. Coach Train, how you doing, Coach Train? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, and even Newark. I mean, Jersey in general. Like I always say, again, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but as a New Yorker, our mindset is that New York City is the center of the universe. Anything outside New York is just a suburb of New York. So the way that New Yorkers think, we see it a lot of the times, is that New Jersey is just this big suburb of New York City. We don't see it as its own separate entity, where Newark, New Jersey is a major American city with its own skyline, with its own commerce, with its own hockey team, with its own soccer team, with its own this, with its own that. You know, it's big areas that are developed off of the, if you want to say, off of the back of New York City, off of the, the people leaving New York City, off of the money made in New York City. You can say that, but this place has its own friggin' Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, I wasn't really hanging out there in the 80s. I've heard a lot about it. It's still, I tell you right now, it ain't great. Again, I was talking to my girlfriend last night. She works for a company, big time company. She's got some people coming in from out of town next week that she has to host. And of course, they have an office in Long Island and they have an office in the city. But of course, they want to host these people in the city. I was telling them, you should just host them in Long Island. It'll be so much easier. But people, they want to be in Manhattan. They want to see New York City. But I mean, Manhattan, the West Side right now is a shithole. Their office is by Penn Station. So they usually look for hotels. Like, I think her boss suggested the New Yorker. Meanwhile, that's where they're putting all the friggin' migrants in the New Yorker. So, Hoboken is an area that I don't. Okay, let me just Carmela, you're right about Hoboken. Roscoe, and that's what I was saying to Dean dude. He had it good. He had it really good because he was able to come to New York and not just be stuck in Manhattan. Because that's the thing too. Once you're in Manhattan, it's such a pain in the ass to get in, unless you're just gonna ride the subway. But you're kind of stuck there. He was able to come here and kind of really get a nice, good experience with locals that know people here. Know exactly where we are. We needed to stop for a drink we wanted to stop for a soda at the gas station. He's not like, oh my God, where are we? No, and we know exactly where we are. So it's traveling with a local, being with a local, especially in a city like this, is monumental. And what's funny is that with New York City, probably, the first thing you would say to someone is like, yeah, you don't need to go to Manhattan. You don't really need to go to Manhattan. Like, let's just go here. We'll go here. I'll show you here. I'll show you there. Type of deal. And Carmela, I don't know if it's still true, but didn't Hoboken have the most bars or pubs on that, what is it, Washington Avenue? I'm going to go to my 7-Eleven. Grab myself a coffee, as Tommy Stiggs likes to say, a coffee. Maybe a little snack. Although now I'm kind of, old Toro's got me thinking of roast beef. I'll stop the roll and roast it for some roast beef. You know what I mean? Alrighty, here we go. Good old 7-Eleven. Oh, I can taste the coffee already. All right, let's go over here. Okay. All right. It's a cool jacket that guy's got on. Alrighty. Good old 7-Eleven. Oh, cuz, you're lucky I love you, cuz. You're lucky. I'm gonna just continue on as if you did not just make that comment. There's a lot I could say about that city down there. That all right, we'll call it a city down there. It is a city. We have to call it a city with its city center and its markets. I don't know. We'll let that lie. Yeah, Roscoe, I suggest it to anyone and everyone that if you come to New York City, try to get yourself to the boroughs. Obviously, there are ghettos. I don't know how else to put it. Like there's parts of the boroughs that you know, maybe at night, you know, middle of the day, you could walk right through the hood if you want to, as long as you kind of do it the right way. It is what it is, Roscoe. It is what it is. Oh. Yeah, Cromel, you know this 7-Eleven. I know. I try not to do this either, where I just give you guys the same exact route all the time, but you know, you know. Hey, what it do, Big Lou? What's up, buddy? Hope you well, man. Ah, Carmela, jeez, dealing with a nightmare over there. What it do with Big Lou? I'll see you Monday, Big Lou. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get my coffee. I'm gonna shut it down. Unless I can keep it running for a couple minutes if you guys want to talk. I don't know if you guys are talking here. Don't matter to me. Grab a couple of watch hours. Yeah, you know what? I'll leave it running. You guys want to hang out? If not, I understand. You guys can leave. I wouldn't want to stare at, I don't know what you would call these across the street. They're like the New Jersey version of projects across the street. You know, no one quite does the projects like New York. And I think what's across the street now is the Jersey version of it. Not really sure. But yeah, you know, I'll let you guys talk in there for a couple of minutes. Let me go run. Let me go get some coffee. I'll be right back, and then I'll just give you a couple about 5 minutes on you know, it is what it is. Oh, Big Lou, I thought I was gonna see you on the tube on Monday. So I show a schedule a show schedule. I don't know if you're a part of that or not. I got nothing going on Monday. I got darts. That's it. That's the exciting stuff in my life, Big Lou. That's it. And no, I'm not coming to California if that's what you thought. Never been to California. All right, let me go get my coffee. I'll be back. Oh, what a friggin' disaster. Oh, my God. What do you mean, co-train? Oh, yeah. See, now, no, see, okay, no. See, co-train. Monday is a regular season game. It's a regular season Monday league matchup. What happened on Wednesday, I know this is where I'm coming from. What happened this past Wednesday was that it was the midseason tournament, an optional tournament. You don't have to go to. You pay $20 to get in, 10 for the food, 10 for the entry. If your team has 4 people there, you get a point for the season. So if you don't have 4 people there from your team, you miss out on a point, which a point is important. So we had all our people there. Sorry, now I'm chewing. Because I had to get food because I was hungry. But you had people from every team. There was an odd number of teams, odd number of people. So they put everyone's name in a hat. You know, like they do a raffle, like a 50-50 raffle. And they pick that, and that's how they make the teams. So they made the teams, and they basically went until there was one or just 2 names left. And the last 2 names that weren't picked were me and some other dude. So me and some other dude had to do a best of 3 just to get into the damn tournament. It was like the playing game, like the wild card playing game, you know, with baseball, and you have play-in to get in. But it's like, you know, if I wanted to make a big stink about it, I could have made a big stink about it. Because it's like, I paid my $10. You know what I mean? Like, this is not, I'm not the wild card because I sucked during the season, so now, oh, well, you got to play in to get in. Like, no, I'm coming in because I, you know, like, what's that all about? So, and needless to say, before the tournament even started, of course, the dude I got matched up with, this guy, Pat, Irish guy, big Irish guy. Him and his twin brother play. Big Irish, burly, you know, typical Irish guys. He's good. He's freaking good. He freaking, you know, could someone block this guy? No, you better not. Oh, man. I can't. I really can't. Oh, look at this character right here. That's the guy I saw before. I didn't want him near my car when I wasn't near my car. Yeah, that guy right there. Not him on the left or on the right. Yeah, what are you looking at? Sketchy ass motherfucker. Sketchy ass motherfucker. I was like, I ain't leaving my car around with him neither. But anyway, Coach Shane. Sorry. Now I'm being rude. You can go scratch. Do. Alrighty then. So yeah, hopefully I actually play. Many not. How you doing? Crumel, it basically is probably not too much of a difference. Hope you're doing well, Maddie. I'll be out on the island today. What else is new? All right, hold on. I'm chewing in your face. I got the seatbelt thing going. I feel like Mikey right now, like a hot mess. Driving around Elizabeth. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going the wrong direction. New Jersey. I feel like I'm on vacation. chicken they got in there. A fucking disaster in that 7-Eleven. Let me tell you something. You know? There's quite a few around here, cuz. Quite a few. So, it was a fucking disaster in that 7-Eleven. First of all, they had no coffee. They had no, like, you know when you walk into 7-Eleven, they have all the canisters out there, the exclusive, the this or that. You pour it. They had no coffee. That was the first thing. So I had to use, like, the machine. They have, like, a cappuccino machine. You know? And I don't know. I'll see how this is. I got to try it. I mean, it's good. But yeah, then there was a line for the ATM. There was some lady trying to use the ATM. The ATM wouldn't work. She's yelling at the ATM. The guy behind her is yelling at her. Then the lady at the counter, she thought she was supposed to get some sort of discount because 7-Eleven discounts everything. And they do this 2 for that, this for that. But you need to have, like, the thing. You need to put your phone number in. She didn't have the phone number thing. She wanted the discount. So she's yelling at the lady behind the counter. And the lady behind the counter is like, I'm sorry, I can't put the discount in. I'll get fired. Unbelievable. Yeah, cause that he's on the move again. I don't like Starbucks. I don't like it. There's nothing that does it for me. They're a little chewy. I'm sorry. They're a little chewy. You know? This coffee's pretty good. It's just not what I was expecting. Not that, you know what I mean? It tastes like it's got something fancy over here. They got some machine in there. You could pick like a cafe latte or this or that. You put the cup underneath and it just spits it out for you. It's cool. I got to get to know it a little better. It's not bad. Not bad. All right, so what do I got? I got 5 minutes. I'll take you through the neighborhood and then I'll shut it down. How cool is this little supermarket right here on the corner, though? I always thought this was a very cool supermarket. Very hacienda looking. Very cool. But this here, like this little neighborhood here, I mean, this could be anywhere. This could be Long Island. Yeah, you can't really say it could be Queens. It could be, the style of houses. You could find these style of houses in Queens. But just the whole makeup, the curvy roads, you could tell you're not in New York. You can tell you're not in New York. But obviously this is not rural over here. I really understand now when Tommy Stiggs talks about how he grew up in, the quote unquote city, Belleville, Newark, Nutley, these areas. He moved away from the city, meaning towards ALV to the northwest, the Upper Montclairs, those areas. But then these areas are the cities. This is this to me is Nassau County to me. Very similar to Nassau County. Cuz I'll see you, baby. I'll see you, man. Really, Krumel? That's cool. That's really cool. I really should do more. God, I wish I had more time. Because there's such a, I mentioned that even just something that I noticed is with the names. The names of places around here compared to the names of places, say, on the West Coast. Everything here is, Amsterdam this, New Dutch that, New York, Amsterdam, Dutch, and then you have a lot of the Native American names, especially on Long Island. Almost all the towns on Long Island, the Native American names, Hauppauge, Wantor, Amagansett, all those, Mineola, Massapequa, Native American influence. Even here, I guess, Mawa has got to be some sort of influence like that. You have stuff like Raritan and stuff, but then when you go out west, the new part of the country, so to speak, the new part of the United States, it's Los this, Los that, Tijuana. It's a different influence, definitely a different influence. But in terms of how the cities were set up, or how the towns were set up, I would think very much a Dutch influence, Carmel. It has to be. I know it's there, but I can't really articulate it, but it's obvious. But everyone, Carmel, Roscoe, Cousin Paulie, Assassino, everyone, Co-Train, even though yeah. Gotta run, guys, all right? I'll see you later on Thean Goes at 2 o'clock. Gotta go. I'll see you guys. Peace.